Let us go back in 25. We still there. Skip down and read verse 21.
If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee.
Now, ain't nobody read that in Romans chapter 12? Even the Messiah in Matthew 5, he talked about, if your enemy, you heard them say, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, no, love your enemy. And pray for your enemy. Ask the Most High to have mercy on them who despise you. But all of this was the teaching of the Messiah. But people say the Messiah ain't the Messiah. And this guy. Look, when Paul wrote that in Romans, you know what Paul was doing? All he was doing was emulating and regurgitating wisdom to us. Read Romans 12. Don't it almost say it verbatim, Brother Judah? The way it's written right there? I'm not going to go there and read it for the sake of time. But I wanted us to see that. Now, I want to show you something. 21. All right. We're pushing up on an hour, 50 minutes here. So I'm going to read, I'm going to have Brother Judah read something to us out of here. Because I told everyone that I'm not convinced. And I hope after this that you see that the woman riding that beast in Revelation is not the Catholic Church. She is this. I'm sorry, say that again.
Or America.
Or America. That woman riding the beast is the spirit that causes us to love money. And she produces all evil. One good example is the prodigal son. What did he ask his father for?
His inheritance.
Yeah.
He said, give me my portion. And it said he gave him what he asked for, and eventually he packed up his stuff, left his father, and went and spent all his substance on riotous living. Do you know what riotous living means? That means he partied. What they say, all work and no play, make Johnny a dull boy. Johnny want to make his money so he can party. It used to be a song when I was a kid that was called Just Got Paid. It's Friday night. And his name was Johnny. And the song was about when you get your check, what is it time to do? It's time to go party. It ain't say nothing about pay the mortgage or make sure it's some food in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, nothing. Help the poor, nothing. You just got paid. Man, it's time to party. So when the prodigal son did that, it said that after he spent his money and was broke now the Most High sent evil. You know what the evil was? It was a famine. And it said it was a great famine, and he ain't had no more money. So he wound up being a servant to somebody else and working in the pig part of the farm, feeding the pigs every day. And he got so desperate, he was on the verge of considering eating what he was feeding the pigs. And it said, one day when he was considering to eat what the pigs ate, it said this. You know what? Let's go there right quick. We're not reading a parable. We're going to read this one phrase in the parable. Go to Luke 15 right quick, please. Luke 15, and then we can read this and get out of here. Luke 15, it just came to my mind. We should at least read that. Luke 15, and it says, 16 and 17. This is important because I want everybody to see the reason why he left his father's house. And the reason why Paul warned Timothy, some people have erred from the faith. For this very same reason that this boy left his daddy's house. Go ahead. 16 and 17.
Luke 15?
Yeah, Luke 15 in verse 16 and 17.
And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him.
Nobody was helping him out, and he was going to eat the husk of corn or apples, whatever left over. the same way we in slavery got pig feet, this man was getting food that was the equivalent of pig feet for pigs, which is the leftover rind. It's like somebody eating an apple and giving us the core that got the seeds left in it with the little stick.
At least he ain't try to eat the pig.
Well, I'm not, that's
That's one thing about it. He did when he was dating. He didn't think about eating that pig.
he didn't say I'm so hungry. He ain't take the
Somebody
Muslim.
eat the pig feet.
He ain't take the Muslim route.
He ain't
Man,
take
if ain't nothing else left to eat, you can eat. It's all right to eat swine.
Man.
No, I ain't gonna eat the pig, but what the pig eat? That's a good one. I like that. I think I heard you say something like that before. But when he got to that point of desperation, no help, he even willing to consider to eat pig food. Look at what happened to him. Next verse.
And when he came to himself.
Wait, he did what? What happened to that dude?
When he came to himself.
Oh, he got his right mind back. Do you know what that's similar to? A guy named Nebuchadnezzar who lost his mind, wandered for 7 years like an animal, and it said one day he looked up in heaven and his right mind came back to him. This boy was drunk. The strange woman came and tickled him and flattered him, and he left and chased after her. Lived a party life. I got money. What you need? You need drink? I got you. You know how when a cat got money, what, we all going to Denny's? What's the bill? 150? You know, put your money back in your pocket. I got it. You know what I'm saying? He covered everybody until he had nothing. Now when he got nothing, it said no man gave to him. And when he was at his most desperate point, he came back to himself. When, how many people aren't they self when they drunk? If my wife put her hand up, y'all better put your hands up. When you out of it, you not yourself. And you say things. What did it say in the Apocrypha about wine? Drink get a man so gone that when he drunk, he'll pull a sword on his own brother. Cats will pull pistols out on their own family. This is what being drunk does. What do you think is the condition of the kings and all of us who have drunk of that woman's cup? We have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. He was drunk with the wine of her fornication, and when he was in his most desperate point, that's what it took, what? To sober him up from his drunkenness. All that time he lived that party life, he was drunk. And it was a result of that woman. But what was she? What did he want from his daddy? I want my money. Give me what's mine out of everything you own so I can take mine and go do me. And he did them all right and almost did himself in. But the mercy of the Most High allowed him. Don't you know this is why we are to train our children up in the way they shall go? No parent in here will guarantee what their children will be when they're adults. No parent. Jacob and them raised some good kids. Other parents raised their kids, I should say, under the commandments of the Most High. Some of the most wicked men grew up in households of parents who were fervent for the Most High, but their children took their own thing. Was his father an evil man because his son came and said, Daddy, give me my portion? No, but him being raised in that household, I believe, is what allowed him to have a chance that when he got at his lowest point in his evil way, what his father taught him came back to his mind. And he came back to his father so humble where he said, Dad, I don't even deserve to be your son. Just make me a servant, but just let me come home. That is the humility that Christ was talking about. He who humbled himself shall be exalted. And read the rest of the parable. Didn't his father exalt him? Okay, so we done with that. I hope I did the best I could. I got like 8 more scriptures here, and to have this a 3-hour lesson instead of 2 hours. So I'm done with that.
Bible study.
We could continue something in Bible study in the week, God willing, you know, if I need to go with some more. If I'm able to make it, and the pursuit of money don't make me work a 13-hour shift. That's what happened last other Tuesday, y'all. I had to call now Sean. It's getting about 7 o'clock. Yo, bro, can you go ahead and set off that Bible study? Because I'm working a 13-hour shift today. And my 13-hour shift ain't in the office building.